we were studying Greek mythology in school. And then this movie was just a great excuse to revisit it and open up the books again and see the parallels between you know, the real Greek mythology and what we're doing in the movie.
I heard there was a prophecy about me.
It would seem that the prophecy was referring to our annihilation.
Were you aware that most of your fans in Facebook come from Mexico?
I am aware of that.
Yeah.
And it's very flattering and really cool to finally be here.
Diane Ortega Garcia wants to know what you think about the films not being necessarily faithful, you know, in strict terms to the books.
Yeah, well, I mean, no film can really be strictly faithful to the books. I mean, it's kind of hard to do that. In terms of, like, you know, the structure of a movie as well, to put everything into it would be difficult. I would say that this film is much more tonally accurate to what the books are than the first movie. And that's, you know, a big reason why the creative side really wanted to make this, was to make something that would please the fans more. So this is really for them.
What do you think the film brings that the book never could? You know, besides the obvious, which is sort of looking at it in the big screen.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, that's what it does. I mean, that the books never could. I mean, yeah, I mean, well, you know, everybody has their own image of what it's going to be in their head, right? But this one is, you know, Tor Frudenthal's image. So I think to see his imagination, you know, I mean, you know, put together into a movie after reading the book and all that is what separates it. You know?
Okay. Karen Monjardin wants to know how you choose your projects.
I mean, I have a group of people that I work with and stuff like that. But I mean, I usually pick and choose my projects based off of a number of you know, a few different, like, variables. You know, like. One being who's directing it, what's the character, who's the company that I'm going to be with, you know, in terms of the actors, and like who's producing it, and who's you know, distributing it, you know, things like that.
Okay.
I put all that together and try to make the best you know, decision possible based off of all those things combined.
Sure.
That was awesome!
Excuse me, we're looking for Hermes.
Little insulted you didn't recognize me.
Well, Noah was a much more intense set to be a part of. The subject matter was much more serious. This is a much more lighter, this is a light film, you know, it's fast-paced, light, you know, adventure, action, fun. You know, the average day on a set for this film is, you know, being on wires and green screen, playing with a sword, and, you know, battling some monsters, and, you know,
that weren't there,
and hanging out with my friends, and we had a good time. And Noah was much more intense. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't as much green screen, but yeah, there was definitely, there was a lot of rain. It was pretty cold, wet shoot. I never read ahead, you know. I've kind of just gone movie by movie and book by book. So hopefully, you know, I can check out the third one if enough people see it and we can make it.